Hello, I've got a couple of poems for you about Boggles today. You're going to learn all about them, where they like to go for their leisure time, and how they like to live. The first one's called Boggle on the Beach. The Boggle with big googly eyes was going for a swim. She had her best bikini on because she felt quite slim. The Boggle put her swim cap on and headed for the sea. But she hadn't put her goggles on. She'd forgotten them, you see. The Boggle ran back up the beach to seize her dressing gown. A Boggle in a bikini should never be seen in town. The Boggle found the goggle shop and tried on every pair until she found the ones that matched her purple crinkly hair. The Boggle headed back to the beach and wobbled down the shore to throw herself into the waves and swim out to sea and back further than she ever had in her life before. Boggles love the seaside, I'm sure. I love the seaside. I bet you do too. Not sure about always swimming in the sea because it can be dangerous. I quite like paddling in the sea, which a lot of people do. I'm sure you do. And there are other good things to do, of course, on the beach. You can sunbathe, although that does get a bit boring sometimes. If you're somewhere like Blackpool, you can always make sandcastles because there's a nice sandy beach. Well, that's when the tide's not in. But if you go to somewhere like Brighton, where it's a pebbly beach, well, you can make interesting piles of stones or gather them together and make art out of them. Where do you like to go to the seaside? Or what do you like to do? Boggles don't only like the seaside, though. Boggles don't live by the seaside. They tend to live in woods and quiet places. They only go to the sea for a trip like most of us do. If you go into a wood, you might be able to see a boggle house if you're lucky, if you keep your eyes peeled. Or if you go with your mum or dad, or brothers and sisters, make sure they keep their eyes peeled too. But if you see a boggle house and you decide to go in, remember you have to be on your best behaviour. And this is why. It's a poem called Boggles Are Ever So Posh. The Boggles live in little dens and holes, which they make nice with daffodils in bowls. They curtain up their windows with green grass, which lets the breeze through, as there's no glass. A little table, made of woven sticks, covered in candles with long stringy wicks, is a favourite piece of furniture. A mantelpiece with shiny garniture will be near the entrance, where the door is painted green and doesn't meet the floor. This is because they like to see the feet of visitors to check on who they meet. If it's a grumble, they're asked in for tea with a slice of cake and a chat to see what the news is. And a grumble cannot speak except with their hands, but they can trot out the gossip in a flash. Though in their haste they have been known to smash the best china because they will forget to put a plate down, making Boggle fret. Yet she will never turn them off or frown, as she is the politest monster in town. Even when she speaks with her hands, she's posh, and uses crystal glasses to serve squash. A Boggle's manners are an example, so if you learn from her, that is ample to make you posh too. Now take my advice. There are worse things you can be than smart and nice. So you see, interesting creatures are Boggles. They like good manners. They like to be posh. They have little, quiet woodland houses. But they also like the seaside.